I'm not so sure what that guy's saying right there. I think it was Jim George trying to make it. I think he's trying to communicate to us mentally. I think Joe's joining us today. He's got his headset on. Hold on, make sure. What's the microphone on? Number 5?
I put it on.
There you go. All right, 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Jim George is here to educate us about cable TV. If you've never heard about it, it's a new thing where you take your antenna off your roof, you hook up to a cable, and you actually get TV sent to you through the cable.
Through the internet cable, right, Jim?
Wow.
I'm being silly. All right.
What a concept.
I can't hear you, Jim.
Wait a second.
Are you talking, Jim?
Josh testing 1, 2.
Oh, okay. I thought I was in a mime over here watching the mime.
Yeah, no, I hear you too. Okay.
Poor Jimmy.
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Good morning. I brought you in a little ad that just came out.
A
Look at
new
that.
breed of entertainment. Ride. Didn't you send me that last week? Ride TV?
Yeah, but now they're starting to advertise. We actually we actually signed them up yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Oh, you're
24
kidding.
hour a day horse news.
Exactly. Veterinarians to everything, to how to cure your horse of this.
I've been doing horse news all week.
I bet.
Because of your voice,
Oh,
you're getting
his
better.
voice, Jim. His voice. You got to keep up with Larry with his jokes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Robin. Oh, boy.
I thought that was reserved for Galen.
All right,
yeah.
now, wait a minute. I have something I want to tell you. I had years ago, before I had a computer with the internet, I had the web TV thing. Did anybody ever have web TV?
Well, you
No,
had
nobody?
it. It was
No.
nice.
Well, web TV was simply a box.
Yeah.
You hooked up to your TV, and it wasn't a whole internet. It was very basic stuff. This is what I want to tell you. Sony is trying to do something, a yet-to-be-released web TV service. The tech giant has web TV's gone. It went away last year. I haven't had it for years, but it went away last year. It became MSN TV. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway, so Sony wants to have a web TV service. The tech giant has already signed a deal with Viacom to carry 22 of the company's channels, including MTV and the Comedy Channel, with plans to ultimately stream an even larger over the internet. Just kind of round it up. The Wall Street Journal reports Sony is planning to put together a traditional cable-like package with 100 channels and a comparable monthly bill. What is the advantage if it's a comparable monthly bill? I don't understand the advantage.
Yeah, that's just same old. Now, that's we've always said we don't want to knock the 800-pound gorilla out of the tree. We only want to play in the forest.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So if Google launches, that just gives us more credibility. Hey, a big company is doing it. All right. Well, but they're going to keep the same pricing structure.
Yeah.
They're going to keep the same package.
What's the point?
Right. What we're going to do is come in and say, you want that one channel? Here, have at it.
But what is the difference? I get my internet over a cable, don't I? Doesn't cable, when I have Cox
Right.
cable, the cable comes to my house and I get the internet through that.
Right.
So what's the difference? It's the same thing. I still have a cable.
Exactly.
I still have a bill.
But instead of being, if you were in an area where there was no cable TV, but you had internet, then you could get the Google TV. Is what they're saying. They're just going to be another supply chain.
Google must be another one because this doesn't say Google.
What does it say?
Sony.
Sony's the same. Yeah.
Sony, Google, the same thing?
Well, same methodology.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I like that word, methodology. Jim's awake this morning. Yeah?
But you still need something to get the internet to your house.
Right. You can get it through a hotspot. You could get it through, which is like a Wi-Fi area.
But doesn't that go out a lot, the hotspot thing?
Nothing today is very reliable. I mean, even when we offer our service, it's going to be based on your ability to get steady internet.
And you have a phone call. By the way, phone calls are welcome and invited. The number is 622-9622. Jim George is your answer man here today, although Joe will try.
I'm color commentary here.
Color commentary. Go ahead, Jim. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
And I'm sorry. Good morning. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
I told you he's awake.
Hey.
My
Sorry.
husband says you know everything about computers and cable and satellite, and I needed to call you.
All right.
Oh, wow.
All right, Jim, you're on the
All right.
spot.
So, hey, every so often it's time to buy a new computer. And is there some brands out there that you like better that, maybe don't get the viruses, doesn't take as much what do you call that, where you got to every year update your protection?
No.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily brands. All computers are more or less alike. What you have to do is you have to know the specs. Like there's certain search engines and there's certain hard drives. And so when you go into Best Buy or Staples or the rest of them, just ask them to explain to you the difference between this machine and that machine and how they differ. There's such a thing as an i3 or an i5 or an i7, and that's basically how much data that computer can handle. And on Good Friday last year, I actually bought an i7 computer, which was like the best, and still i7 is the fastest computer, and I only paid $400 for it. And yet today they're selling i3s for $400. So in other words, i3s and i5s and i7s are still around, but the i7's faster. And then you want to have a lot of RAM in your computer. RAM's like the ability to multitask, do more than one thing at a time on your computer. So when you go to Best Buy or wherever you want to buy, just ask them to explain to you the differences. And then before you buy, go to another store and ask them to explain. And that way you'll get you'll get two people's opinion about what the technology actually means. But no, viruses are going to come because you're on the internet.
Okay. For years, I bought other brands of computers, like IBM and Hewlett Packard and all those. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, I bought another brand that runs on apps, like a app. I'm not trying to promote any brand, but it just seems that I was replacing my other computers every couple years because they get viruses, they would slow down, and unless I've just got lucky, but I've had this one for 3 or 4 years, and it seems to be as fast and runs as good, and I just wondering, is there just some kind of computers that are less susceptible to viruses?
No, but you can create. When you first get your computer, especially if you get it from a store like Staples or Best Buy, ask them to create a restore CD for you, and give it to you. And what that is, that's the way the computer was when you bought it. And then whenever you have all these viruses and everything, you can say, I want to restore my computer. And what and the little icon will say, okay, put in the restore disk or choose a date that you want to go back and restore. Well, it only lets you go back like 3 weeks or something. So you put that restore disk in, and it puts the computer right back to the day you bought it. Fast, clean,
and I think
everything.
That was the problem. Years ago, they used to give you the recovery disk, and you'd have like 12 of them.
Yes.
And you would have to install them and do this. And then all of a sudden, they didn't come with it, and then people like me didn't think about asking. And then when my computer crashed and I couldn't recover it, then it was just dumped,
Yeah, you can just get a recovery disk from the store. Let them do it for you. If they're going to sell you a $420 computer or whatever, it's okay, I'll do it if you give me a restore disk.
Now, somebody just whispered in my ear to ask you about warranties. And that's what brought me to call, because they said, do you have a warranty in yours? I said, no, I didn't, but it's lasted me 4 years, so I think I did pretty good.
Yes.
What do you think about the warranties?
I don't usually get warranties on items that I buy, like a computer, because the technology changes so quickly. But like when I bought my TV from Sears last year, I got the warranty. I got the 5-year warranty. And
we had a large screen TV in the days when they had the projection.
Yep.
And we bought the warranty, and I remember one of those projectors went out.
Yep.
And it saved us on something like that, large item. And cell phones, I think they're important because they cover for if you lose them.
Right, or break the screen.
And they're so darn expensive. A smartphone's about $600 if you're not ready to redo your plan. But other than that, I guess it's probably not worth it.
Yeah. All right.
But thanks so much.
You're welcome.
You said you must wash them. You should lose them, break them. We got to remember wash the.
Wash the cell phone. Yeah.
If you wash the cell phone, then you know.
All right,
Has that happened to you?
Twice, not to me personally, but to someone I know very dear and loving.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A gorgeous day today with lots of sunshine, the high 77 to 81. And tonight, clear to partly cloudy with lows ranging from the mid to upper 50s across the interior to the mid and upper 60s on the beaches. For tomorrow, mostly sunny day, high 78 to 82. And for Sunday, plenty of sunshine, high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Who would you feed if you had 50 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A? WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall have teamed up to reward one organization with 50 chicken sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for the great work that organization is doing in our community. And we need your help. See, there are so many great people doing great things that we need nominations. You can nominate your own organization or any organization you choose. Simply send an email to WOCA@WOCA.com and in 350 words or less, tell us why the organization you are nominating should receive 50 free chicken sandwiches from WOCA and Chick-fil-A at the Paddock Mall. We'll review your nominations and then select one deserving organization each month. We'll announce the winner and even read the winning entry on the air. Make sure to include the contact name and phone number of the organization that you are nominating. And thanks from your friends at WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.26% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. And our 12-month at 0.75% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information. Must act by 1/15/14.
WOCA.
We are The Source, WOCA.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Jim George is here from American Cable Services. If you have a question about cable, about the internet, about even your smartphone or any of those electronic gadgets that we all take for granted lately, give us a call. The number is 622-9622. Jim will answer your question.
Yes.
Can I tell you my experience about Apple, Mac, and because Linda was asking about viruses.
Right.
Do you know I have a Mac at home,
Right.
and I have a Microsoft at home also.
Right.
And of course we use Microsoft here. I never get a virus with the Mac, and
So you don't get a Mac attack.
I never get it. Never get it. Never. No viruses. All right. Now, I one time Googled it and asked, is it possible? And they say, yeah, it's possible. But the fact is, Apple doesn't even offer an antivirus program because it's so well guarded against viruses. Right. And I always thought the reason it's well guarded is because it's kind of annoying that anytime anything is attempting to be installed into your computer, it will ask you. So something will pop up, boom, somebody's trying to load this. Do you want this? No, what the heck is that? I never heard. Where is that coming from?
Right.
So it won't let anything happen without your permission. So that's, in my mind, how I could get a virus. If I said, oh, yeah, I guess I'll just hit yes on everything,
right,
then I probably could. But
yeah, my wife hits yes on everything, and I spend weeks trying to get it off.
Is it a Microsoft or an Apple?
And it's a Microsoft, yeah. She says yes to everything, and like a little smiley face. Download this smiley face and post it, you know. She downloads a smiley face. Then there's Bongo, the monkey running around the screen, and there's a little peanut crawling across. I said, what is all this? I don't know. I can't get it off. And, you know.
Doug gets it. Doug does the same thing. He gets viruses all the time.
I say, quit saying yes.
I told him. I asked him, what do you look at on the internet? And he told me, and I said, well, no wonder. Hello, you're not supposed to go to those places.
Yeah. And even some of the public information places where you're just looking for information, people will post a false identity. You know, like you probably gotten emails that say you have a FedEx package waiting for you.
Yeah.
And you look up to see who sent it to you, and it says UK after, you know, so-and-so.uk.
Right.
You know, there's nobody from the United Kingdom, FedEx, going to try and contact me.
Yeah.
You know, come
Delete.
Yeah,
Really?
all the time. I get these PayPal refunds. You have a PayPal refund. PayPal, PayPall. PayPal.
Yeah.
Close enough.
PayPal.
Right.
Well, Jim, isn't it true at the top of the URL they have HTT and then there's an S at the back end of that? That means that's secured, so that should be a legit site.
If you see the S, it's a secure site. In other words, it's a
you
legit
see the
site.
what?
But even so, when you hit download, it will say to you things like, are you sure you want to accept this because it's not an approved site? Just say no.
Yeah, if you don't know, don't.
If you see the what?
Oh, he's being funny. We're awake. I finally wake. The coffee, the Starbucks coffee kicked in already with me.
Well, yours has that letter after it, right? Because your site is secure.
Yours doesn't.
No, you mean my website, or do you mean my service that I'm going to offer?
Your service that you'll
the
offer.
service will just come through the internet. So what will happen is you will install an app, or you'll have my box. The box just looks at one thing: my IP address. It can't go anywhere else. It's a dumb box aiming towards my site. Once it gets to my site, there's a handshake, and it says, okay, this box is authorized, and downloads the TV. If you have the app, it does the same thing. When you click on the app for your either a cell phone or your computer, it does the same thing. It just goes to my IP address. And it says, yes, you're authorized, and there it is. So you're not surfing the internet to get it. It's coming straight to you through a virtual LAN, local area network.
Did you see the new pay thing through Apple Pay? It's a new way to pay for stuff. It just kicked in this week, and the first day it went in, the banks were taking twice as much. They were double charging. So they had.
Oh, how nice!
Yeah. Very first day.
Well, I know my wife was on the phone yesterday for about 2 hours, and she was so frustrated because she went to a site to look for something, and she saw it, and she wanted to buy it. It was like $22. So she bought it. She bought it through PayPal. And then she didn't ever think about it again because she hardly ever looks at her PayPal account. She only uses it when she wants to buy something.
Right.
So she looked at it, and her account was totally empty.
Oh, no.
And every single month they've been taking out 22 something. So she called PayPal, went up the line to a supervisor, went way up the line to a regional area manager. Nothing they can do about it because
what was she getting for her $22 a month?
nothing. The first time she bought was the little software that she thought she wanted, like a Photoshop.
Oh, no.
And every month they keep doing this. And so PayPal said, we can't help you. Once you give your account number out, anybody can get in there as often as they want to and take that money out.
You can cancel the 22 though. You don't have to.
Well,
have
she
it.
went on the cancel now, and they said, oh, yes, you can cancel now.
Yeah.
So she says to PayPal, you mean every time I order something, I've got to now call you and tell you it was a one-time order, don't allow it again? They said, no, you can't do a phone call. You have to contact us by email. And she said, well, I went to your site. I don't even see a contact email site. She says, oh, yeah, go to the bottom right-hand corner. I mean, it's so obscure. Who would ever think that you have to call PayPal to say, okay, it's a one-time only thing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So can she contact that company? That was.
She tried.
Getting the money out?
There's no way, and there was one of those things where it was one of those anonymous emails sent out, and now you can't get back into it. In other words, you can't go to the site. The site's blocked.
But you can look at your recurring. You can see if you have any of them. I mean, maybe you can't get the money back, but you can see if you've agreed to a recurring charge. I know that because I have the same thing.
Right.
And you go to the recurring charge tab or whatever it's called, and there it is. All the stuff that she said. What?
Yeah, she looked at it. But that's just some of the hazards of being on the internet. I mean, it's a wonderful thing, but it has its problems.
And you have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, Mr. George. Sonny, you're electronically handicapped person. I look and buy stuff sometimes when I'm scooting around the internet, and I always look for that 1-800 number or a phone number to call. And a couple of times I've ordered some auto accessories, and what I do is I'm looking at it, and then I call the number, and I confirm what I'm looking at with the person on the other end, and then I complete the transaction that way using a card, and I know who I'm talking to and the company I'm talking to. So far, I've been lucky that way, and that's just a thought. Have a good weekend, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, I do the same thing. It drives my wife crazy. She says, you can just push the button and it would be ordered automatically. I said, I don't do that. I call the company. I verify that what I want is the right item.
Right.
And a lot of times it's the wrong item. It looks like it's the right item. The description's the right item.
Right.
But when I call, let's say it's floor mats from my car. They might say, oh, so you have the model so-and-so, the LT or the LX. I'll say, yeah. And they go, no, you need the other mat. I go,
Really,
well, I'm glad I didn't order.
I've never ordered floor mats. I need to do this.
Well, they make a weatherproof floor mat that it holds the water. How many times have you spilled something on your mats in the car? Never, probably. I have often.
No, I'm trying to think. You asked me a number. I'm trying to think. I'm counting them.
That many, huh?
And then you got to take the mat out. You got to wash it, hang it over the fence or over a bush to let it dry.
Yeah.
You know, these things. It's a rubberized thing, and it just holds it. But you want it to fit.
It holds it.
Yeah,
like a diaper.
No, it's a rubber floor mat, but it's totally designed and ribbed
to absorb,
to fit, not to absorb, to hold. So you're driving down the road, you spill your Coke.
Oh, I see.
It lands on the mat. It's just there.
It's got
now
a
you
canal.
can pull over, take the mat out, empty it out, and it's
really?
What a great idea.
Some low-tech information from Jim George.
Yeah.
That would be the
what a
low-tech
great
thing, right?
idea.
And you order them per your car, per model, per color. You can get a beige one, a brown one, a green one, a black one.
Yeah, can we get one that smells nice, like Christmas trees?
Christmas trees.
It depends what you spill on it.
He's been watching too many Home Improvements.
I think so. Hey, Jim, I had a question for you. When your new service comes on board,
Yep.
are you going to have available to someone to pre-try it? In other words, type it on their internet and kick into like a pre-channel so they can see what would be. You only would offer one or two maybe, so they get a taste of it, and then I like this, and then they would order the whole package from you.
Yeah,
Carte?
they'll come to the website first, and the website will have like maybe 20 channels on it, like you're saying, and they'll run for like maybe 2 minutes. And so you click on, and then whatever channel it is, CNN, whatever channel, and that way you can say, okay, it streams well to my house. I don't have any problems receiving it. I want that.
It's going to be any of them going to be in HD?
All of them will be HD where HD is available. In other words, if you go on certain websites like CNBC, let's say, it'll say available in SD and available in HD. We'll carry it both in SD and HD.
Standard definition and high definition.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, does the audio have those choices anymore, or is audio already perfected? We don't need to be any.
Yeah, it's already Dolby 7.1 or whatever it is.
So we've kind of perfected audio, and video is almost perfected, I guess.
Perfect.
There was a TV on at Best Buy, and I swear I thought I was looking at a dresser, and then it was a commercial for a dresser. And I was, wow, the wood looked like real wood sitting there.
Yeah.
I had no clue. I was looking at it as I was walking down the aisle, not realizing I was looking at a TV screen.
Well, I saw an article the other day about Japan and Indonesia in general area, and it said that 4K, 4 times the resolutions of 1080p, which we have 1080p in this country, and we just got 1080p. Maybe it's 2 or 3 years old, where we've gone from 720. Pixels, let's say, up to 1,080 pixels. They now have 4,000 plus pixels.
Wow.
And that's going to be the norm. That none of those countries, Korea, Japan, will ever make anything else other than a 4K.
And they're so much smaller than us, so they probably get a lot more people in their TV pictures.
There you go.
Oh, Jim, I'm sorry. I apologize.
I think it runs in the family. Huh?
The radio family, here we go.
Jim, what is your phone number?
854-9795.
All right. Give Jim a call and ask him some more reasonable questions than the ones I came up with today. and get yourself some a la carte or get set up for it. At least find out about it. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
No, you-
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. New York City's first Ebola patient is in isolation at Bellevue Hospital.
Dr. Craig Spencer had been in Guinea treating people suffering from Ebola and came back to the U.S. last week, doing normal things.